Hey, Gemini ladies, did you know your star sign is a cosmic superpower that can turn even the dullest day into a whirlwind of magic? 1 minute, you're charming a room full of strangers with a witty quip. The next, you're diving into a 2 a.m. soul-bearing convo that leaves everyone spellbound. That's the Gemini gift. I've seen it time and again, and I'm here to spill why being a Gemini isn't just cool, it's a straight-up blessing. Buckle up, because we're diving into the dazzling, dual-natured world of the twins. And trust me, you'll never look at your sign the same way again. So what's the hidden spark that makes Gemini stand out, even among the Zodiac's brightest stars? Let's peel back the layers of this air sign's mystique. It's not just about being the life of the party, though let's be real, you often are. It's that electric mix of curiosity and charisma that draws folks in like moths to a flame. I remember a Gemini gal I once knew at a local cafe meetup. She walked in, and within 10 minutes, she had a whole table of strangers laughing over her off-the-cuff story about a disastrous road trip that somehow turned into a life lesson. That's Gemini energy, effortless connection. But it's deeper than just charm. You've got a mind that races faster than a shooting star, always hunting for the next idea, the next adventure. And when it comes to love, your kisses aren't just kisses. They're a whole mood, shifting from fiery passion to playful teasing, each one a unique snapshot of your heart at that moment. It's no wonder people can't get enough of you. But here's the kicker. This isn't random. Your versatility stems from being an air sign, ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication and quick thinking. That's why you can flip from social butterfly to deep thinker without missing a beat. And in relationships, this means you're never predictable. Your partner might wake up to a surprise weekend getaway one day and a heartfelt, handwritten note the next. It's this constant reinvention that keeps love fresh, exciting, like a book you can't put down because every chapter's a twist. So if anyone ever calls you flighty, smile, because that's just code for unstoppable force of wonder. And let's not forget how you attract admirers without even trying. Your intelligence isn't just book smarts. It's the kind of sharp wit that can turn a mundane chat into a battle of banter. I've seen it play out at countless gatherings. Folks gravitate to Gemini energy because it's a promise of something real, something stimulating. Whether it's debating life's big questions over a glass of wine or cracking a joke that cuts through the tension, you've got a way of making every moment count. That's the hook, darlings. Your sign doesn't just shine, it ignites. Now, let's lay it all out. Why is Gemini truly a blessing, not just a quirk of the stars? First, let's talk about that brain of yours. You're not just curious, you're insatiably so, always chasing the next why or how. This intellectual hunger isn't fluff, it's the bedrock of your relationships. To win a Gemini's heart, you've got to win their mind first. I've watched couples where one's a Gemini, and the magic happens when their partner challenges them with a fresh perspective, like debating the ethics of AI over late night coffee, or diving into a documentary on ancient mysteries, just to unpack every detail. It's not enough to say, "I love you." You crave a partner who says, "I've got a wild idea. Let's explore it together." Studies on zodiac compatibility often note Gemini's need for mental stimulation. Some surveys suggest over 70% of Geminis rank intellectual connection above physical attraction in long-term bonds. That's huge. It means your relationships aren't just emotional. They're a journey of mutual growth, where every convo is a chance to learn. And let's paint a picture. Imagine a rainy Sunday. You're curled up with someone special, and instead of scrolling mindlessly, you're dissecting a podcast about space travel, throwing out theories about life on Mars. That's Gemini romance, mind and heart intertwined. Now shift gears to your adventurous spirit. You don't just live life, you devour it. Routine, not in your vocabulary. Whether it's a spontaneous road trip to a quirky roadside diner or signing up for a pottery class on a whim, you're all about the new. I recall a Gemini friend who once dragged her hesitant partner to a midnight stargazing event in the middle of nowhere. No plan, just a blanket and a cheap telescope. By the end, they were both laughing, freezing, and pointing out constellations they made up on the spot. That's your gift, turning the ordinary into a memory. This energy isn't just fun, it's transformative. It pushes everyone around you to step out of their comfort zone, to say yes when they'd usually say maybe. And in love, this means no 2 days are the same. Your partner might find a surprise picnic planned one evening, or you might whisk them off to try some obscure sport neither of you knows. Data backs this up too. Astrological profiles often highlight Gemini's high score in spontaneity, with many ranking it as a top trait for relationship satisfaction among air signs. Then there's your emotional depth, especially for Gemini women. You're not just one person. You're a kaleidoscope of moods and facets. One day, you're the playful jokester, cracking everyone up with a sarcastic one-liner. The next, you're the introspective soul, diving into a convo about life's meaning that leaves everyone quiet. Thinking. I've seen this firsthand at a book club. A Gemini lady shifted from giggling over a rom-com plot to leading a tear-jerking discussion on grief in under an hour. Her partner later told me, "I never know what to expect, but I'm always learning more about her." That's the blessing. You offer emotional richness, a chance for those close to you to grow alongside every version of who you are. And let's not skip your communication prowess. Ruled by Mercury, you've got a silver tongue. Whether it's taking the floor at a party or crafting a text that's equal parts witty and wise. Sure, you might struggle to put deep feelings into words sometimes, but when you show love through actions, a surprise gift, a quiet moment of just being there, it hits harder than any speech. Think of it like this. While others might say, "I care," you're the one who shows up with their favorite coffee after a rough day. No questions asked. This blend of mind, adventure, and heart isn't just personality. It's a superpower that makes every interaction with you a treasure hunt for something deeper. But hold on, there's a flip side to this Gemini brilliance that'll make you sit up straighter. Ever wonder why some folks just can't keep up with you? Or worse, misunderstand your magic? Known as the twins, Your duality means you might be the extroverted charmer 1 minute, then the quiet observer the next. And not everyone gets that. I've seen it play out in real time. A Gemini at a social event was the star, cracking jokes until she stepped back to process the vibe, and someone misread her silence as disinterest. They didn't see she was just recharging, taking in every detail with that detail-oriented mind of hers. This scattered, curious nature can seem distracting to outsiders, but it's really your strength. You notice the little things, the subtle cues others miss. Like the way someone's smile doesn't quite reach their eyes. And here's where it gets tricky in love. You crave genuine interest, someone who's all in, engaging with your ideas and energy. If that's missing, you're out. I knew a Gemini who walked away from a relationship not because of a big fight, but because her partner stopped asking questions, stopped caring about her latest obsession. She told me, "I felt like I was fading, like my spark wasn't worth their time." That need for attention isn't vanity, it's survival. Without it, your air sign spirit wilts. And let's talk about mystery. While you love complexity, overly secretive folks turn you off fast. You're all about transparency, and if someone's hiding something, your sharp instincts pick it up like a radar. I've watched a Gemini shut down a flurry conversation at a bar because the other person dodged every personal question. She later said, "I could feel the wall, and I'm not here to climb it." This aversion to falseness is your shield. It keeps your connections real, but it can also make you seem picky to those who don't get it. So yeah, your brilliance comes with a catch. Not everyone's ready for the full Gemini experience, and that can sting. But isn't that also a filter, weeding out those who can't match your depth? It's a reminder that your standards, high as they are, protect your heart from settling for less than you deserve. Now, let's hit the peak of why Gemini is a cosmic gift, and I'm laying it all on the table with the rawest truth I've got. Your ultimate superpower isn't just charm or brains. It's authenticity, paired with a resilience that could move mountains. Let's start with authenticity. You don't do fake, period. If someone's putting on a front, acting all artificial, you see through it faster than a glass window. I've been at dinners where a Gemini quietly pulled back from a convo because the other person was all show, no substance. Later, she whispered to me, "I can't waste energy on pretense. I'd rather be alone than play that game." That's not cold, it's sacred. Your rejection of falseness means every bond you form, friendship, romance, whatever, is rooted in the real, and the data aligns. Astrological studies often note Gemini's high value on honesty, with many self-reports showing they'd rather face conflict than tolerate deceit. Now, pair that with your adaptability. You change your mind as quick as you change your outfit, job, or even where you live. And yeah, some call it indecision, but I call it evolution. I knew a Gemini who switched careers from marketing to freelance art in her 30s, uprooting her whole life to a new city just because she felt the itch to grow. 6 months later, she was thriving, her new circle buzzing with her fresh energy. That fluidity keeps you from stagnating. It's why your relationships never go stale, always shifting with new adventures. Critics might jab at this, pointing out your immaturity or indecisiveness, but they miss the point. Your openness to change is growth in action. A 2021 survey on Zodiac traits found Gemini ranked highest in adaptability among air signs, often correlating with personal satisfaction in dynamic environments. Then there's your resilience, and this one hits deep. When a relationship ends, you don't wallow. You feel the sting, sure, but you handle it with grace. I've seen a Gemini navigate a breakup with such empathy, sitting her ex down for one last coffee to offer closure. No drama, just understanding. She told me after, "I'm sad, but I'm not stuck. I've got too much to discover next." That emotional balance lets you move on without baggage, ready for new chapters. And even in darker times, when your signature shine dims, because even Geminis hurt, that vulnerability is temporary. I remember a Gemini going through a rough patch after a family loss. Her usual brightness faded. But within weeks, she was back, organizing a community fundraiser in their honor. Her laughter echoing again. That bounce back isn't just inspiring, it's proof of your inner strength. Astrologers often cite Gemini's dual nature as a source of emotional recovery. The twins balance light and shadow, always finding their way back to joy. So here's the heart of it. Your authenticity builds trust. Your adaptability fuels growth. And your resilience turns pain into power. You're not just surviving life, you're rewriting it every single day. And for anyone lucky enough to be in your orbit, that's the ultimate gift. Knowing they're with someone who's real, ever-evolving, and unbreakable, no matter the storm. That's not just a blessing, that's a legacy written in the stars. All right, let's lighten the mood with a little Gemini mischief. Because if there's one thing you've got in spades, it's a playful streak that can steal hearts without even trying. Let's talk flirtation. Yours isn't loud or obvious, not about the perfect hair flip or the flashiest outfit. No, it's all in the wit, the quick comeback that lands just right. I was at a friend's backyard barbecue once, and there was this Gemini gal who had everyone wrapped around her finger. Not because she was dolled up, but because she tossed out a sarcastic jab about the host's overcooked burgers that had us all in stitches. She caught her reflection in a window later, giving herself a quick once-over, not out of vanity, but just to make sure she was owning her vibe. That's your charm, confidence and playfulness, wrapped in a package that's uniquely you. And oh, the surprises. You live for the unexpected, those stolen, fleeting moments that catch everyone off guard. Picture this, a quiet park date. The sun's dipping low, and out of nowhere, you lean in for a quick, teasing kiss, then pull back with a smirk, leaving your date blushing and begging for more. That's Gemini magic, turning a mundane second into a memory. Your scattered, curious mind plays into this too. You're always half distracted by some new thought, which makes your spontaneity feel so genuine. I've seen it happen. A Gemini friend once derailed a boring group hike by suggesting we ditch the trail for a shortcut that led to a hidden waterfall. We were soaked, lost, and laughing so hard we forgot to be mad. It's like you've got this internal compass for joy, always pointing toward the next thrill. And let's be real, it's contagious. Your love for surprises, whether it's a last-minute plan or a quirky gift nobody saw coming, keeps everyone on their toes. I still chuckle thinking about a Gemini who showed up to a friend's birthday with a tiny, hand-painted rock instead of a card, claiming it was a lucky charm from the universe. We all rolled our eyes, but guess who kept that rock on their desk for years? That's your knack. Making the small stuff huge, the weird stuff wonderful. So next time someone says you're all over the place, just wink, because that's exactly where the fun lives. Your flirtatious, surprise-loving soul doesn't just brighten a room, it sets it on fire with laughter and what just happened. Moments that stick with folks long after you've moved on to your next big idea. Keep that spark, darlings. It's pure gold. So, here's the bottom line, my Gemini queens. Your sign is a cosmic gift, a whirlwind of intellect, heart, and untamed energy that transforms every life you touch. You're the thinker who craves deep convos, the adventurer who turns normal into unforgettable, the authentic soul who builds real bonds, and the resilient spirit who rises stronger from every fall. That's not just a personality, it's a force. You fist dive into your starry magic hit home? I'd love for you to stick around. Hit that like button and subscribe, because your support is what keeps me sharing these stories. And hey, I've got more Zodiac secrets up my sleeve, so let's keep this journey going. Drop a comment with your wildest Gemini moment. What's the most unexpected thing you've ever done that screamed, "Yep, that's me"? I'm all ears.